Get hyped because more fresh news is just seconds away.
Democratic Governor Ralph Northam of Virginia is resisting calls for his resignation after a photo of him in a racist costume surfaced. The photo comes from his page in the 1984 Eastern Virginia Medical School yearbook and features a man dressed in blackface and another in Ku Klux Klan robes. The controversy has thrown Virginia into turmoil less than 2 years after the deadly white supremacist rally in Charlottesville. Both demonstrators and Democratic leaders have raised concerns about Northam's ability to continue to govern, including former Vice President Joe Biden, who tweeted in a quote, "There is no place for racism in America. Governor Northam has lost all moral authority and should resign immediately."
The cavity is nearly 1,000 feet tall and covers 2/3 the area of Manhattan. The void once held 15 billion tons of ice, but much of it has melted away in the past 3 years and is causing ice to rapidly melt above it, according to NASA. Thwaites is roughly the size of Florida and is currently responsible for about 4% of global sea rise. The glacier also acts as a backstop for neighboring glaciers, and researchers predict that sea levels could increase by up to 8 feet if they all melt.
In response to increasing sea levels and other global warming phenomenons, tens of thousands of Belgian children walked out of school on Thursday to join demonstrations for action against climate change. Over the past several weeks, a broad environmental protest movement has gathered force across Europe. However, many are worried that adults don't take the issues seriously. Liam, an 18-year-old student protester from Brussels, says that, quote, "Most adults think it's cute that children protest, but maybe we should change the timing of our protests to rush hour," end quote. The country's Prime Minister, Charles Michel, said he is prepared to act, saying, quote, "We need a climate policy that is positive for the environment, but also one that is positive for the purchasing power of the families," end quote.
Speaking of cute animals, the CDC has issued a warning against kissing or snuggling with hedgehogs to prevent the risk of salmonella. According to the agency, there have been 11 people in 8 states sickened by a strain of the bacteria, and in 10 of the 11 cases, those who were reported ill reported contact with a hedgehog. Symptoms of a salmonella infection include diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps. Therefore, the CDC has warned against kissing or nuzzling them. However, hedgehogs have gained popularity as pets, as California, Georgia, Hawaii, New York City, Pennsylvania, and DC are the only remaining places where they are banned. If you own a hedgehog, be sure to practice safe hygiene with your Little Spike, Sonic, or Shaquille O'Neal.
We now have a special package from news producer Sam Motti about the MLK Day parade from a few weeks ago in which TU students participated. Let's take a look.
On the morning of the MLK Day parade, students were treated to breakfast before loading onto the bus to head downtown. The sidewalks were lined with spectators as people came to celebrate the holiday. Many groups had floats commemorating King and his social justice work, while others celebrated the progress that has been made since his time. Some marched to advocate further change for a variety of current problems and inequalities still present in America today. More than anything, though, the parade was a celebration of culture. TU did their part by closing out the parade and marching in solidarity of Martin Luther and his work towards progress.
That's all that we really
Apparently,
have.
that's all the time we've got for tonight. My opinion on global warming, there's this great document show known as Futurama, in which they had an episode where they took ice from the planet Pluto and dropped it into our oceans. Maybe we can look into that as a cure, but probably
Maybe
not.
if we fund NASA a bit more, we can finally get to Pluto and grab some ice. Thank you for stopping by the TUTV News Desk. I'm William.
And I'm Alexander. Y'all
See you
have a good
guys.
week.